Hello everyone, I hope you all are doing fine and are taking care of yourselves. My name is Kanika Tandon and I'm here with the video of Class 6 English 2nd. In our last video we have completed till chapter number 3, and since your unit tests are approaching, I would like to revise the chapters. So today we are going to start with chapter number 1. I'm going to start with the summary of the chapter, and I request all of you to please read the chapters properly of the book. That means these two chapters of your book which are coming in unit test, because if you understand and if you read and understand the chapter properly, you will be able to write the question answers in your own language. So starting with chapter number 1, that is Leaving the Valley. So this story, chapter number 1, Leaving the Valley, is about a little girl, Malala Yousaf of Pakistan, who is presently an activist for girls and women's education. But back in her childhood, her only dream was to study, but she couldn't. The story starts when she was leaving her town, her home, her friends, and leaving behind the place she was living, as the place there where she was living was under a terrorist group called Taliban. They were the people dictator of that town. She was packing her things as she and her family were leaving for Shangla. As they were from a poor family, they did not own any kind of luxury items like TV, fridge, washing machine, and etc. Also, they were traveling in somebody else's car, so her mother told her to take only her clothes, nothing else. She wanted to take her school bag with her books, her notebooks, and many other things, but couldn't. As soon as the family heard the gunfire, they got ready to leave the town. And before the gunfire, her father, who was very hesitant to leave his hometown, sweat. But as soon as fire, they heard the gunfires, they uh, uh, lifted up their bags and left for Shangla. On May 5th, 2009, they were declared as IDPs, which is internally displaced person. It actually sounded like a disease to him. So as they were going, they saw that the streets and the roads were under the um, jam, and they left with their neighbors, where they were filled in the cars like some kind of animals. But Malala was devastated that she could not take her school bag. She was only sad because she could not take her school bags. The streets had a jam, and there were cars and rickshaws everywhere. Thousand other people were also wanting to leave the town. In order to leave Swat, they took a shortcut through the mountains to reach to Shangla. Malala's father went to Peshawar to alert others, and then told them to meet in Shangla after a while. Then they met her cousin Khanji, who was going to Besham. So they went with the cousin Khanji to Besham. As they reached to Besham, they had to walk for 25 kilometers, carrying all the things that they were carrying from their homes, and they were stopped by the Pakistani military 1,000 of times, and they were so scared whether the Pakistan military will leave them or shoot them, but the military left them to go to their house. Then they got settled in Karshat with his uncle and family, and took admission in school with her cousin Sumbul. After after a while, after some time, her father came from Peshawar and took them to Islamabad and then to Haripur. She was very sad, for she had been living in the fourth city in past 2 months, but she felt that she was better than the people who were living in the camps and couldn't get enough food to eat, and had to wait in lines for food and water in the hot under the hot sun. She also had her birthday, but nobody could remember midst of everything that was going on. She celebrated her birthday with her friends, shared a cake, and wished to be back to the valley, swat from where she belonged. This was the story of this chapter, and now I request all of you to please prepare well for your unit test. Read chapter number 2 also very properly, learn the word meanings, learn the question answers, and try to remember little things from the chapter that can help you if the question comes from inside the book. I hope you give your unit test really well, and with this I am going to end my video, and all the best. I will see you all in my next video with next chapter. Thank you and take care.